All right, good morning, everybody. So we are looking at lesson 15 problem set today. And for lesson 15, we are continuing to work on solving real world problems that include area. And again, you have the choice if you want to do area models, or if you want to do the improper fraction, just multiplication strategy. Yesterday, I think I had 2 people that got their answers correct on the problem set. So I really want to make sure that you are, paying attention, following along, practicing, asking questions. If you are not getting the same answer that I'm getting, ask why. Let's go back through it together, because I want to make sure that you understand the process. And what I saw yesterday, it looks like we're still having some confusions on that stuff. So please ask questions, okay? Mrs. Bloom's here. She's watching. She's looking for raised hands. You can unmute. Remember, it's just quick Control D on your keyboard. I know sometimes clicking the button, it lags a little bit. So raise your hand or just unmute and say, oh, I have a question, okay? All right, let's get going. So let's look at number 1. The length of a flower bed is 4 times as long as its width. If the width is 3/8 meter, what is the area? Okay, so the length of a flower bed is 4 times as long as its width. The width is 3/8 meters. So I don't know the length, but I do know the width is 3/8 of a meter. So let's start by just drawing a visual representation of that. I'm showing what I know, which is the width. I don't know the length. What do I know about the length? I do know something about the length.
The length is 4 times bigger than the width.
Right, so I'm going to multiply the width times 4.
God, you're so distracting.
Amadio, I saw your hand up. Did you have a question, or were you just going to answer?
I was just trying to answer.
Okay.
Thanks, Mrs. Bloom. All right, so we're going to multiply now to find how long this side is. So 4 times 3 over 8. What do we get there?
Griffin?
We get 12/8.
Great job, 12/8. So the length is 12/8. I can get rid of that question mark. 12/8 meter. I can also cross this out because now I have an actual answer for the length. Okay, so now that I have a length and a width, I need to find the area. So how will I find the area here?
12/8 times 3/8.
Great. 12/8 times 3/8. All right, so go ahead, use your calculators, use your mind, whatever works for you. What do you get when you do 12/8 times 3/8? Let's give everybody a second to think. All right, what do we get there? Matthew? Oh, is he frozen?
No, he's
Zach?
unmuted.
Okay.
I got I got 36/8.
Okay, 36 is the numerator because 12 times
Oh.
3 is 36. What's 8 times 8?
64.
64. Good. So 36 64. Are we done? I see that both of these are even numbers. So that tells me I can reduce by something. What can I divide both of these by? Even numbers can only be divided by
2.
2. Good. All right. So 36 divided by 2. I don't know, my brain's not working. 36 divided by 2. I got 18. And 64 divided by 2, 32. Notice anything there? Don't I have even numbers again?
Uh-huh.
So I can divide those by 2 again. So let's see what we get now.
Nine.
9 over
16.
great job. 9/16 meters. So then we just need an answer statement. So the area of the flower bed is 9/16 of a meter square. Oops, I almost forgot my squared over there.
Oh, can you get on your bed?
All right. Okay. All right, let's look at number 2. Mrs. Johnson grows herbs in square plots. Her basil plot measures 5/8 yard on each side. So I noticed they only give me one measurement there. Why do they only give me one measurement?
Because it's said on each side.
Right, it's a square, so all the sides are the same. Great job, Ava. So 5/8 would be the length and the width, so I can label 2 of those as 5/8. All right. So we're going to find the area of the basil plot. What do we do to find the area of the basil plot?
You have to times it by 4.
That would give me the perimeter, actually. If I did 5/8 4 times, that would give me the perimeter. Remember, area is the length times the width.
5/8 times 5/8.
Right, 5/8 times 5/8. All right, so what do we get when we solve here?
Twenty-five
25/64.
Right, 25/64. Okay, is there anything that we can simplify by? Can I simplify those both by 2? 25 is not even. Can I simplify by 3? Well, 25 I know I can only get if I do 1 times 25 or 5 times 5. And I can't divide 64 by 5, so this is going to be our final here. So this is going to be square yards. All right. All right. I want you to flip over to the exit ticket because you're going to solve the exit ticket today, but we're going to work together on getting it set up. So flip over to your exit ticket. It's on page 215. Can you guys see that okay? Or is it blurry?
It looks good.
Okay. So I wanted to spend some time going over this one because none of the problem set problems were actually similar to this one, but this one has a whole bunch of steps that we need to consider. So let's read first. Wheatgrass is grown in planters that are 3.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches. If there is a 6 by 6 array of these planters with no space between them, what is the area covered by the planters? Okay, I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to ask you to tell me, what are you thinking? What do you know? What questions do you have? Okay, wheatgrass is grown in planters that are 3.5 inch by 1 3/4 inch. If there is a 6 by 6 array of these planters with no space between them, what is the area covered by the planters? So what do we know? What are we wondering?
I think you have to multiply the 3 1/2 and the 1 3/4.
Yes. Yes, Ava, good job. That's going to help us find the area of one planter. So one planter is 3.5 by 1 3/4. Right? Good job. So that's the first part. Let's look at the second part of the question. So here we're going to multiply. Let's look at the second part. If there is a 6 by 6 array of these planters with no space between them, what is the area covered by the planters? What does this mean? 6 by 6 array. Zach, do you remember what a 6 by 6 array would be? Do you remember what an array is?
6 columns of 6 and 6 rows of 6.
Exactly. You probably remember this from when you first start learning about multiplication. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except, oh, I shouldn't be drawing circles, right? Because we're using planters. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so sorry. This is basically what we have. We have 6 rows of 6 planters, 6 rows of 6. So whatever I get in here, when I find the area of one planter, okay, that's the area. That means this is that much space, this is that much space, this is that much space. So all of these boxes or planters have the same area as this one. So first, Ava's right. We have to find the area of this first planter. But then you have to think about how many planters are there.
$36.
There are 36 planters. So you have to figure out how much space do all 36 planters take up. Okay. Now, this problem is a little different than the two we just did. This is more like yesterday's because we have mixed numbers. Okay. So let's work on making those mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 3 1/2, remember we're gonna go like this. We're gonna multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then we're gonna add that numerator, okay? So 2 times 3 plus 1, what are we gonna get?
Griffin?
Amari, are you following along with me?
We're gonna get 6 if we multiply 2 times 3, and then we're gonna add the 1, so we get 7.
Great job, Griffin, nice job. Hi, somebody help me out with 1 3/4, please.
Plus 3 equals 7/4.
Yes, 7/4. Because 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. So 7/4. Great job. All right. I'm not going to help you with any more than that. The rest is on you, okay? Any questions? Following along, Amari, wonderful to see you. Your exit ticket is now posted in Google Classroom. You just have the exit ticket question to fill in. If you are able to include your picture, please do. The other day I had actually 2 people that included their pictures.